Many people with osteoporosis receive the well-intentioned advice to start exercising. The issue is many of those recommendations are misguided because there's a stark difference between exercises that are generally good for your health, like biking, swimming, and walking, versus exercises that actually promote skeletal health. Your bones need the right movements and loads to adapt. Your bones need you to jump and lift. Hi, I'm Sean Hurlbert, physical therapist and founder of Lifespan Athlete. I help older adults safely build strength, improve musculoskeletal health, and be athletic at any age. And in this video, I'll explain why jumping and strength training are the keys to making your bones stronger. For bones to positively adapt, they need some kind of strain. Every time you forcefully contract your muscles, they pull on where they attach to the bones. These pulls on the bone temporarily deform it, which in the long term cause them to rebuild and become stronger than before. Muscles contract hardest resisting heavy loads. And this is where jumping and lifting weights come into the picture. Turns out, the heavier the weight, the stronger the muscle contraction, and the bigger the pull on that bone. The clients I coach accomplish this bone pulling by mixing the sport of powerlifting, basically the back squat, deadlift, and pressing variations, which are all heavy compound barbell movements, and athletic movements such as jumping and plyometrics. My approach with older adults is backed by science. In 2018, researchers in Australia conducted the LIFTMOR trial, where 50 older adult females with osteoporosis performed jumping chin-ups and powerlifting exercises such as the back squat, deadlift, and overhead press. And these women lifted heavy. I'm talking 80 to 85% of what they could lift one time for 5 sets of 5 repetitions on the jumping chin-up, the back squat, the deadlift, and the overhead press. After only 8 months, participants demonstrated significant improvements in their bone health. This approach might seem extreme, but the study illustrates a wonderful point. Your body wants stress. It needs strain. You get this stress and strain best from jumping and heavy back squats and deadlifts and presses. But before you click away thinking I'm saying you need to deadlift 300 pounds tomorrow, that's not what I'm saying at all. The goal isn't to start heavy. The goal is to progressively build toward exercises that challenge your balance, your coordination, and your strength. But your individual entry point might look different. Try this. Get really tall on your tippy toes if possible. Then, slightly but rapidly bend your knees and lift your feet from the floor. After being momentarily airborne, land softly and quietly on your feet. You just jumped. Well, landed, but this still counts as impact training. Learning to back squat can be simple too. Try this. Just stand up and sit down in your chair. Once that becomes too easy, hold something heavy by your chest. If that's too easy, take away the chair, and now you're squatting. For the deadlift, gasp, terrifying movement, but you can do it too. Stand in front of a chair or couch with the back of your knees touching the top of the seat. Unlock your knees and send your butt back and simultaneously and progressively point your chest toward the floor. You see that? You're performing a basic hinge movement or deadlift pattern. From here, all you need to do is hold a weight to your chest or let it slide down your thighs toward the ground. And just like that, you're deadlifting. You can overhead press simply too. Why don't we just start with our arms? Start by sliding your hands up a wall. Go up and down, and once this becomes too easy, take away the wall. And now we're lifting just the weight of our arm. Once you determine that that's easy, you can add some soup cans. Then you can progress to something heavier, and eventually you'll be using a barbell. It really can be that easy. All the clients I coach learn and work through these progressions safely, and eventually they learn how to jump, squat, deadlift, and press for their bone health. Unfortunately, a lot of the advice doled out in the media about what exercises help with osteoporosis don't actually deliver positive musculoskeletal changes. Walking, for instance, yes, even with a weighted vest, does not promote bone health in the long term. Unlike a barbell, you simply can't load walking enough, again, even with a weighted vest, to make it stress your bones. Furthermore, there's a phenomenon whereby bone becomes almost deaf to repetitive movements performed over a long duration, like walking and even distance running. On the other hand, jumps, back squats, deadlifts, and presses are just too difficult and too intense to perform for a long duration, and they can always be progressed, which means your bones never stop adapting to them. There you have it. Jumps, back squats, deadlifts, and presses are among the most effective exercises for osteoporosis, and that's evidence-backed. Also, remember, that's just talking about the bones. In a previous video, we talked about how osteoporosis is not only a bone problem. It's more of a signal that you're not using your body enough in your day-to-day. It's important to think about the person surrounding your skeleton. Imagine being the kind of person that can jump, run fast, and lift and carry heavy things. Even if your bones don't change, that's the person I want to help you become. So if you want to learn more, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below about your favorite exercises and future topics you want to discuss. Lastly, if you'd like help with an exercise plan that's appropriate for your goals, your bone health history, and your experience level, you can learn more about our coaching services and exercise programs by clicking the links in the description below, or just visit lifespanathlete.com. Thanks for watching, and remember, you can be athletic at any age.